Hi friends, it's Cindy from Greetings and Memories. I thought I'd pop on for a minute here because Stampin' Up! Has a selection of their designer series papers on sale through October 31st. So I thought I'd show you a quick and easy card idea to feature those double-sided papers. Because I know oftentimes when I'm making a card and I'm having to choose between which side of that double-sided paper that I want to feature, I feel sometimes like I'm kind of wasting that second side. But with this card idea, you get to see both sides. So this is one that I did with some of our paper from the In Good Taste suite. And you see it's got a wood grain on one side and a marble tile on the other. That particular suite has a lot of browns and grays in it. I also did one with the Forever Greenery. And see there, you get to see both sides of the paper. I did one with some embellishments, some of the products from our Wonders of the Season suite. This particular selection of designer series paper is called 'Tis the Season. And I did the bolder plaid on the outside, but then you have that real detailed holly pattern on the inside. And again, you get to see both sides of the paper. And the Whale of a Time paper is one of the other designs that is available as part of the sale. So I made this card too. And you see on a couple of these cards, I did emboss that edge there. So I'm going to show you how to make this card and how to run that through this new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So let me set these over to the side a moment. And to make this card, I've already pre-done the greeting. I've got a piece of the designer series paper that has been cut at 5.5 by 4.25. And then I chose Granny Apple Green coordinating cardstock, and that was cut at 5.5 by 5.25, and then scored 1 inch in from the edge at 4.25. And I'm going to show you how to emboss that edge with our Seabed 3D embossing folder. Now normally if we were wanting to emboss the whole thing, we'd just put that cardstock in there and fold it closed. But I want to just emboss that front edge. And while I could, put it like this and then kind of fold it over, that would be one option. But I don't want to fold it over because what happens when you do that is it doesn't get all the way to the edge where that score line is. So what I'm going to do instead, and because I want to make sure I keep that pattern straight on my cardstock, I am going to line it up with that black line that you can see on the embossing folder. Put the edge there, slide this down so that I know it's going to emboss over my score line, and close up my embossing folder. And then with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, to do the 3D embossing folders, I need to start with plate number 1, just like it shows me here on the directions. Place my embossing folder in, and you'll see that instead of putting the hinge at the top, I'm turning it sideways so that my cardstock will fit through the machine. And then place plate number 4 on top. And I'll turn the machine around here and fold down those sides. And just crank that through real quick and easy. And look at that embossing, isn't that pretty? And that's going to add a nice little detail and texture to our card. So I'm going to move the machine out of the way. And we'll go ahead and finish our card. So I'm going to fold that at the score line there. And crease that from the back with my bone folder. My dog is not happy that I closed her out of the room, so now she's scratching on the door while I'm showing you how to do this card. Then I'm going to put a little bit of liquid adhesive along that edge. And line up my patterned paper here. Oops, so I did get that a little bit crooked, didn't I? Oh well, I'll have to trim that later and straighten up the edge. And I've got a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my greeting there. And just stick that on, and how's that for an easy card that features both sides of your designer series paper? And to show you these again, I will include a link in the description to all of the papers that are included in the sale, because it's not all of them, but it is a large selection. The Whale of a Time paper is included. The 'Tis the Season paper from our August to December mini catalog is included. Forever Greenery is included, and In Good Taste paper is included. So you can find those at cindylyon.stampinup.net. Thank you for joining me.